6.
6.
If we can begin today. Yes, you can. File up.
স্যার আপনি অন ভিডিওটা
ভিডিও না আছে, ভিডিও আছে, আনমিউট করে দিয়েছে।
I hope.
No, you stood already unmuted. Yes. Now, what is this judgment? We are
I am in 2 matters.
ACHINTA KUMAR MONDAL. Let us start with one.
We are not in. We are not.
102 and 102.6. These two are Group D and Group C, non-teaching staff. So in this matter, I am led by Mr. Mukul Rohri Lordship, hard attendance.
We are not accommodating anybody now.
Yes, madam. Then let's.
But not led.
That's not done. In fact,
There are 4 batches.
either you start or some other will start.
Yes, but let Mr. Patolia
Yes,
start
yes,
for
yes.
class 9 and 10. PC 9, 10, 11, 12. 4 batches, let 9, 10 start.
Lord, we are
So
assisting.
we are taking up item number.
102.2. Your Lordship.
Gopinath Bhanja batch.
সুশোভন
Lordship's chart, it is class 9, 10.
নামটা বলো।
I can argue from the paper book of
Sarpati
Suman
versus
Kumar
Lordship.
Das.
There are 5 matters in that batch.
Yeah, so your Lordship will take
In
up
the same judgment.
point 1.
The points are identical in all the matters. If any one matter is taken up, I think everybody would be governed by the
No,
same.
no, no.
Okay.
That-
For right,
There are differences.
Teaching and non-teaching are the different.
Totally.
Same thing,
for
same thing.
writing the judgment, we need to describe what each appeal.
Judgment, writ petitions, they are all
Is there any chart prepared by anybody?
only seems to be taken.
No, have you got that chart? We had asked.
I had given to your lawyer. If Lordships turn to page 5. Yeah.
No, 102.2, which one is there?
Lordship, I had made it as per the matters at that time on the day that I had given it. The list was not there. So if Lordship wants, I can recast it. Because there are 2 more matters which have been added, which are not part of this chart, which were added yesterday.
No, okay, so from this chart, which one have you given to me?
Gopinath Bhanja, class 9, 10 batch.
Yes, yes. My Lord, we are also passing on a note and a compilation in Gopinath Bhanja itself.
হ্যাঁ গোপীনাথ ভঞ্জ।
Gopinath Bhanja is against which matter?
গোপীনাথ ভঞ্জের কাছে আছে।
Are the orders which you are assailing in this compilation?
Yes, ma'am. The orders are part of the paper
Orders,
book.
I have filed a separate
In the paper book.
compilation for every batch.
No.
কম্পাইলেশন কিছু
You
কিন্তু
got
সার্ভিস
something
করে।
into convenience.
Lord, yes,
One
yes,
different
yeah,
call কথা ছিল।
I'll just refer to the orders also one by one.
আমরা কিছু করি।
Now, just kindly seize the dates and then I'll take your Lordships to the submission. Now, the point is,
This is 102.5.
yes, ma'am.
এটা গোপীনাথ ভঞ্জ
Maybe
তো?
I'm looking at
Actually, 102, 102.2, 102.5, they are all assistant teachers class 9 and 10. They will be covered by these matters.
কোনটা আর্গুমেন্ট করে সেটা
Are you referring to Gopinath Bhanj, Mr. Patliwala?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, if your Lordship will just take this note, your Lordship will get a sense of what the problem is.
Yes.
Now, my Lord, in this batch, the matter pertains to teaching staff belonging to class 9 and class 10, recruited pursuant to the 2016 rules.
The 2014 vacancy, 2016 recruitment.
Correct.
নো নো প্রাইমারি, এটা প্রাইমারি।
The notification is 2016. Now,
2016
হ্যাঁ কিন্তু 2014 বলছে না জজ
এটা জজের কোয়ারি।
the ones who were appealed to from the then
Notification is 2016.
Correct. Pardon?
Notification of 2016.
Yes, ma'am. If I can just read this, ma'am. We have given all the dates. Just come to page 1. Just come to page 1. The third page. Page 1 at the top. Your Lordship got it? Now, the matter pertains to teaching staff belonging to class 9 and class 10 recruited pursuant to 2016 rules who were terminated. Appellants had approached before the single judge seeking impediment. Your Lordship will find that selections had been challenged. In the challenge to the selection, we were not even made parties. There is no question of having heard us.
What is the writ petition out of which this proceeding arises?
The writ petition is attached, my lord, along with this. The writ petition challenged our selection.
এটা তো আমরা ফাইলই করিনি, এটা ওরাই করেছিল সিঙ্গেল বেঞ্চ।
Just kindly.
Yes, page 53.
The prayers in the petition are at page 75 onwards. In fact, there are a large number of prayers.
The writ petition are there. That is their own writ petition.
Okay.
Correct.
No.
Gopinath Bhanja is there. This is the main writ petition in which of 2021, Setabuddin.
কিন্তু এই মামলা অ্যাড হয়নি।
The Bhattacharya doctor has given you clearance.
Yes, my lord. That's the advantage I am taking off.
No.
The doctor has said online he can appear till the mid of November. Thereafter, I may appear physically.
Termination.
No, not termination.
We hope to see you physically because we don't see this
But as soon as
matters.
possible, but these matters, my lord, should continue.
No, we are taking up on a priority basis.
Yes, my lord.
I only hope this combination continues after the CB is over, because my lord was heading a bench I saw on
But
Monday.
let us see, at least let us start.
So in any case, your lordship may start them and then we'll see what happens, my lord, because then if your lordship keeps them parted, that will cause a problem in case the
See what
bench
is
doesn't
the-
meet.
Because Lordship knows that primary matters we were not listed.
We'll see, we are not crossing the bridge now.
All right, because this. So, my lord, what I can do is, I'll take your lordships through to the documents a little later. Let me read these 3 pages. Everything will become very clear to your lordships what exactly is happening. Basically, my lord, I'll tell your lordship what the point is. Writ petitions were filed challenging selections and appointments made in 16, 17, 18. Writ petitions were filed in 2021. All kinds of sweeping allegations, my lord would know, were made against of fraud, of this, of that, chairman, everybody. None of the selected candidates were made parties. Now, what the learned judge did, the learned judge first said, start registering FIRs against all and sundry. This record to be sealed, that record to be sealed, this record to be produced. Then the learned judge started passing orders in other cases which came to this court saying, immediately terminate services. You will not enter the school. You will not, your salary is also to be recovered. You cannot participate in any fresh process of selection. Those kind of mandatory, very hard-hitting orders came to be passed. And terminating services of people who are not even parties before the court. In an earlier round of litigation pertaining to a different set of employees, when we came here, your lordship set aside those orders saying, this cannot be done. My lord, it was before my lord's bench, my lord, at that time, Justice Vikranath as the second member, my lord said, this cannot be done. You can't pass orders like this against individuals who are not parties. The orders were set aside. They were ordered to be impleaded as parties, and then further action was to be taken. In that case, we saw that even after they were impleaded, yet again, similar orders came to be passed after giving them what we call a formality of a hearing. That matter is still open to debate. It is before your a separate court, the primary matters, and there the arguments have started. Termination is stayed, matter remains pending. Now here your lordship is faced with 2 kinds of people.
Here also termination is stayed.
Yes, termination is stayed. Here your lordship is faced with 2 kinds of people. Your lordship has 2 batches in which I am appearing. First are teaching staff of class 9 and class 10 is one batch where I am appearing. Second is non-teaching staff of the schools, category C and category D. In both these cases, what the learned judge has done, the learned judge has ordered termination across the board. None of us were parties before the learned judge. In this set of cases of class 9, class 10, the learned judge also passes an order saying there are two sets of rules. One are our recruitment rules under which we have been recruited, under which our conditions of service are governed. The second set of rules are rules of the West Bengal Service Commission. These are the West Bengal Service Commission rules, which regulate the procedure of the commission. In the rules which regulate the procedure of the commission, there is a rule 15 which gives the period for which a waiting list is valid. That is 1 year. Then there is a rule 17 which will fall for your lordship's interpretation, should your lordship want to interpret it now at this stage, which empowers the commission to withdraw the recommendation. Now, what the learned single judge in one order and the division bench in another order says, when we are before the division bench, there were a series of orders passed by the learned single judge saying lodge FIR, get OMR sheets which were there, those were destroyed. Now, in the course of some investigation by the CBI, in Patna, some private party is raided. In that, in Ghaziabad, some private party is raided. Now, in that private party's office, some OMR sheets are recovered. Now, according to the learned judge, those OMR sheets are the gospel.
Pen drive.
Yes, in the pen drive. Not actual, but scanned copies of the OMR sheets.
Better posted with facts.
Yes. Some, no, I am also not. Some, I have been rehearsing these so many times that sometimes now scanned copies, your lordship are aware, of these OMR sheets are recovered. The scanned copies, which according to us cannot be relied upon in the absence of a proper section 65B certification and authenticity, are taken as the gospel truth by the learned single judge. The learned single judge says, because they don't tally with the marks in your scorecard, there is therefore a lot of bungling. Everything is illegal. The learned single judge passes an order saying, publish those OMR sheets in the website and the press. So one part of our grievance when we went to the division bench was, this publication cannot take place because the OMR sheets are not properly certified and verified. And that part of the grievance is one part of the matter which is before your lordships. The second part of the matter which is before your lordship is that the learned single judge then said to the commission, after 4 or 5 years of our service, when we have been confirmed and we are continuing, to take resort Rule 17 and withdraw the recommendation which was made in pursuance to which we were appointed. We were aggrieved of that. Now, some affidavits were got filed by the learned single judge saying that what the board proposes to do. And when the matter goes to the division bench, in the course of that proceeding, affidavits are filed. Board says, yes, we will take action. Then the question, we said that you cannot do it without opportunity of hearing. So certain observations have been made by the division bench in the course of its order saying that no opportunity is required at the stage of Rule 17. It was at that stage when the division bench, therefore, passes two or three different kinds of orders. On the same day, all these MAT applications are decided. One set of orders where we have questioned the very reliance on those OMR sheet pen drives. That appeal got admitted on the point whether they are admissible at all under section 65. The second part of our grievance where we said that we should be made parties without making us parties, without giving us an opportunity of responding. We have worked for 4 or 5 years. You cannot pass orders adverse to us. And the learned division bench says, no, you need not be parties because there is no actual termination as yet. Your grievance will arise only if there is an actual termination. And therefore, the division bench says, we are not ordering your imprisonment, but in a representative capacity, you can go and apply and the learned judge will hear you in a representative capacity.
Sorry, excuse me. But the single judge had directed termination.
In this set of cases, not as yet. I'm coming to that. It will come now, the next step. Now, when the division bench says, when in those orders, the division bench says two things, that resort to 17(1) can be had by the commission without giving us any opportunity, and says that we are not affected till actual order of termination is there. In the meantime, when that proceeding is pending, the commission then comes out with an order. Commission comes out with an order saying, we are withdrawing recommendation. And immediately thereafter, our employee passes an order saying, service is terminated. In the meantime, we come before your lordships. Your lordships have now protected our termination. Initially, your lordship said that the order was that we will make fresh appointments also. Initially, your lordship said no fresh appointments. Then your lordship said that termination also shall remain in abeyance. So our termination remains in abeyance. Those orders are on the record, and that is how we are today before your lordship.
Proceedings are still pending with the High Court also.
Yes, the proceedings are pending before the learned single judge. The proceedings are pending.
It's a good explanation. बशुफ ये सब बात तो कुछ करता हूँ जो अपन नाम को এই অর্ডারটার নয় স্বামীর যে কম্পাইলেশনটা দিয়েছে দিয়েছে তো একটা কম্পাইলেশন কম্পাইলেশন দিয়েছে যেটা এর বেসিসে সিঙ্গেল বেঞ্চ কাজ করেছে
Just kindly have page 1. Just let me fill your lordships with the facts. We have very briefly stated only what is absolutely necessary for your lordships to come into the picture.
Sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Right at the top, Manoj, just above the title. The matter pertains to teaching staff belonging to class 9 and 10 recruited pursuant to 2016 rules whose services were terminated. Now, the appellants had approached before the learned single judge seeking impediment, which was refused. They preferred an LPA, which has been disposed of by judgment order dated 1st March 23, which is impugned in the present appeal, and in compliance whereof, their services have been terminated. Now, the facts are, on 23rd September 16, the notification had been issued by the West Bengal Central School Service Commission, whereby Commission had proposed holding of first state level selection test for purpose of...
Just 1 minute. So Patolia, who is the junior most advocate assisting you?
The junior most advocate. All these are very senior. Not to look at them.
No, we'll assign.
Who is advocate on record?
We'll assign him one task.
All.
This is not something new. I had seen Mr. Ashok Sen do it once. He will make a note of your argument.
All right.
On the next date, he should give it to us.
All right. All right. That I will also assist in them.
Yes. That's in this.
He's already doing it.
In this matter which spans over so many issues.
Correct.
This is a good way of.
Correct. Even that artificial intelligence helps. Actually, when we were doing the CB before court 1, whatever we are arguing is automatically being printed, transcribed. It just keeps.
These are all available in the website also.
So we can possibly take next day. We can.
Next day, your lordship can say that
entire argument
infrastructure can be made available.
Like that Bush versus Gore case.
Yes.
We saw the Supreme Court arguments.
Correct. So there, yes, that also, but here also it happens. And
we also would like to have a complete chart of all the details of all the petitions.
We have prepared what is there before your lordship for assistant teachers.
Out of which
It is given.
That duty was tasked on my learning friend last time.
Then now you will have to update it.
2 matters have been added yesterday.
So you update it.
I will update and give it.
They are teaching and non-teaching.
No notice has been issued to those.
But that is all right. Then
I need to get copies and do it.
Whatever is the
Yeah.
outcome will go.
The affected parties whose services have been terminated have themselves come before your lordships. The rest of the statutory bodies, my friend is appearing. The petitioners in the High Court, my learned friend and Mr. RAUF is appearing. So nobody else needs to be issued notice. Everybody is here now. See,
Where is CBI?
We are not party in the proceedings. No. They are the part.
No. We had
Part.
Raju was
And there is a specific direction.
The Honorable Court on one occasion took the Milord CBI director on online and inquired something from him to find out the Milord the raid and what happened thereafter. Lordship also direct the CBI to appear, Milord.
This court didn't call the CBI director.
Yes. Lordship Milord had called one point of time. And online, Milord, the investigating officer appeared and explained the situation.
That is here, huh?
Yes.
Yes.
In court number 12 or 13. Yes,
well, ultimately the issue is very narrow. The issue is very narrow. Whether Rule 17 cannot all be pressed into service, number one. Number two.
That would depend on the factual background.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. And number two, the issue is whether in the light of the division bench saying that Rule 17 can be pressed and deciding at the very threshold without even any assistance, what is the legal value of that order made by the learned division bench and the single bench?
But only a possible principle of law is this, that if on fact it's found that there was a large-scale fraudulent activity,
Yes.
then possibly the principles of natural justice also might not apply.
But
That's
your
it.
lordship will.
But we'll have to find out whether
Yes.
that
Are
dimension.
there any facts? Are there any facts in any order at all? Has anybody
Yes.
seen anything?
That's what we are
The
looking.
orders are just the orders are
Back
command
committee.
That's
without
what
any
we are-
rationale or reasoning.
That's what we'll look into.
Yes, your lordship may note that every order is actually only a command. There is no rationale, there is no reasoning, is my respectful submission. Says do this by tomorrow, do this by 5 p.m., not to enter school from tomorrow morning, in 10 days, refill.
Anyway,
That's how it goes.
There were 4 reports filed by the CBI.
My friend will get his turn. In the earlier matter, we had argued at length, and your lordship remembers, nothing came out of it in the primary matters. Is what we
Anyway.
that report came, and your lordship now. And my lord, ultimately, my lord, justice has to be seen to be done. A person who has worked for 4 or 5 years, his service.
No, you have worked only for 2 years.
You are just pulling the rug under his feet without any
Yes.
opportunity.
we will test that, whether it
Yes.
can be done.
Yes.
Mr.
Now,
Patwala, fraud vitiates also.
no, that is right. That
Basic thing.
nobody can.
We have worked for 10 years, but if your initial appointment.
Yes.
Yes.
So if
If
your lordship finds from
of course.
yes, if your lordship to that my reply is, if your lordship finds from a single order that there is any foundation to reach a conclusion that there is fraud, then my lord, your lordship may take that view. But I have read all these orders, my lord, repeatedly, because we have been arguing over different days for different sets of employees. The frame of the order is more or less the same. There is no, my lord,
And no,
BOSE has also gone through all these orders with us, my lord. There is no rationality. Just saying fraud. And we have placed their petition on the record. Last time also I had shown that petition. There is nothing in that petition. So therefore, after all, what is the fraud? Your original OMR sheets are destroyed. You come out with an OMR which you recover in some raid in Ghaziabad, from a private party's premises. And that becomes the gospel truth for everything.
They were contained in pen drives.
Yes. So somebody has to prove whether the official record of the School Service Commission is the correct record, or whether the pen drive photograph which it contains is the correct one. In one set of cases, actually, we had also shown to your lordships, the originals were still there. And those originals were brought, your lordship remembers, in those big packets. Yes. Yes.
No.
So, yes, those were copied. So those were there. And there also there was. So therefore, my lord, I am only saying, on the very first day when we came before your lordships, in the very first round, your lordship said, you cannot do it like this. People will have to be implemented. people will have to be given opportunity of filing pleadings. Somebody will have to hear out the case, then come to a conclusion. You cannot have these shortcut methods of throwing out people. There is a chance there is fraud. There is a chance that there is something else which is motivating this whole thing. And after, just kindly see the...
appointments also.
Yes. So therefore, my lord,
Exercise that all were involved in fraud.
correct. So therefore, somebody has to go into all that. Then in Carlo's case, your lordship have laid down a principle that the grain and the chaff cannot be mixed. You will have to separate the grain and the chaff also, the good and the bad. And there are judgments which say that how much bad, then your lordship will determine whether the whole thing goes or only the bad goes. So there are, I don't say that a fraudulent appointment should be allowed to survive, but I also don't say, my lord, that it should be just like the way, let me not say it, my lord. Let me read this 2-3 pages, take your lordships to the orders so that your lordship sees how the things are proceeding. And then when we go back again, it's according to us, no hearing is given. Again, the same orders are repeated, and I will show the format of those orders, my lord. In fact, I can read one of those orders to your lordships to say how it is being done.
আছে টাকার কথা বলেছিলাম ফিরে রাখতে পার্ট অফ দি কম্পাইলেশন ফাইল করেছে
জিজ্ঞেস করার সম্মুখে এই অর্ডারটা whether it is part of the compilation আমি দেখে নিচ্ছি।
কম্পাইলেশন
compilation মধ্যে আছে
Compilation
page number 211
next second. Page 211. Compilation page to 80.
আমি তোমাকে দিচ্ছি
Second bottom.
পাঠিয়ে দিচ্ছি
কি এখানে আছে তো কম্পাইলেশন দেওয়া আছে
Page কত? Page
211
এখানে compilation তো 81 পর্যন্ত page।
সবাই সমান
এটা 67 page টা।
তুমি ফাইল করে দিই কেন ফিরদৌস তো ফাইল করছে আমি পরিষ্কার বলে দিচ্ছিলাম কম্পাইলেশন ফাইল করছে
একটা ফাইল করলেই হবে।
তোমার হাতে তো থাকবে কপি তুমি থাকলে হবে
Order. এই যে তো কি
Raju, and last one on 12 April, there is a specific order in this matter to appear with.
Raju is not available today.
Mr. Raju,
12 April order is recorded, my lord. So
এই যে এই অর্ডার
He must be having.
So at what stage the investigation of all this?
Yes,
and
their
everything?
presence is very much required, my lord, because this all the hard disks is recovered by the CBI.
And they will be in a better position to explain the reports. Page 121 may kindly be seen.
My lord, can you see page
For
number
1
20?
minute.
No, now all the hard disks have to be matched with the pen drive.
Yes, and SSC School Service Commission on affidavit says it is their scanned copy.
no, they don't say.
Yes.
They don't
Lordship, I have taken instruction. I am stating it on instruction that on 9th of February, we were asked to file an affidavit on 10th of February morning. In that hurried nature, we have given an affidavit that may not be entirely accurate. What we have
No, but
compared-
then we have to withdraw it from there.
what we have compared the data given by CBI and the data which was available. I'm making submission to His Lordship.
I also making submission to the.
You continue making submission, yes.
With the data which was available in the website and the hard disk which was given to us, we have found there it's not identical. There is a difference. The marks in our website is higher than the marks for some people in the hard disk. That's what we have been able to.
No, for some people, but
Some.
for all, is it for all people or for some people?
That I have to take instruction. For some people,
That is what is necessary.
yes.
But in the affidavit, they say they have given the exact numbers whose OMRs were manipulated. It's on
I had
record.
spoken to the chairman yesterday.
No, so you are saying the OMR sheet analysis by the private agency,
No, not by the private agency.
they have given higher marks than what
Yes.
is reflected in your.
I'll explain, Lordship. When the when the exams happen, OMR sheets were given in to this agency for scanning and marking through their software. This was done as instructed is within their security. After that, the data was given to the SSC. SSC had published the result. At that time, whoever was in charge of affair, they're all in custody. So what actually happened that time, the present management has a gap there. They can only say what is available on record. They can say from the website and they can check from the hard disk which has been given by the CBI, saying that we have received. Now, whether that hard disk is a genuine or
Where has this hard disk surfaced from?
Ghaziabad.
CBI recovered.
That is the Ghaziabad hard disk.
May I explain the position?
Number 191 of the.
1 minute. For the
That's
answer, just 1 minute. The answer to that question is at page 74 of your lordship's compilator. Just kindly.
Tell us what is the answer.
Answer is that in one matter, the CBI filed an affidavit on 7 December 2022. And that affidavit only contains 3 or 4 paragraphs. Those are: scanned OMR sheets were used by NYASA for evaluation of such OMR sheets by way of comparing those with the corresponding answer key of the booklet which the candidates were provided. Thereafter, NYASA made a final tabulation of OMR sheets evaluation, shared this with the commission. Once the commission received the marks of candidates, NYASA uploaded the same in their official database. During investigation, the official database of the commission was seized by the CBI, containing all data pertaining to selection of Group C, Group D, assistant teachers for 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12. 3 hard disks were seized
Affidavit of
during
the
investigation by way of search of one
Commission.
Pankaj Bansal, an employee of NYASA at Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh, an ex-employee. These hard disks from his. So these hard disks have been recovered from the residential premises of one Pankaj Bansal, some ex-employee of NYASA in Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh.
He's not a third party.
What is the, just kindly, Manoj, we can't have a running commentary. What is the value and of these, the evidentiary value or other value of these discs will have to be ascertained. A 60 by 5B certificate has to be there. It has to be proved in accordance with law. Now, on the basis of this, what has been recovered in this affidavit, this is the edifice of everything. On this one affidavit of 4 paragraphs, thousands of people have lost their job. Thousands. And how they have lost, kindly have serial number 12.7. That order.
They are not. So far, only the orders are passed.
My lord, just kindly see, there are, how much has happened? Thousands of people services were terminated.
36,000.
No, 5,000.
Separate.
About 5,000.
About
5,000.
8,800.
These people are poor teachers, my lord. They are running first from High Court, Division Bench to Supreme Court, then Supreme Court remands back, then second round in High Court, then second round in Supreme Court. And that's primary, yes, for primary. And for these also, my lord, so orders were passed now before your lordships. So much litigation is being generated. And just kindly see the nature of the order, my lord. After all, this is the high. Just kindly have 102.7. Just to have a flavor of the kind of order. 102. Abu Bakr Siddiqui, just give the file, volume 1 of 102.7. Please give to my lord. Yes, I just want to show what kind. The orders are all similar, which are being passed by the learned single judge.
Read the single judge order in this matter.
We will read it. Just please hold on.
Can't mix up the orders in this fashion.
What is all this happening?
এখান থেকে পড়ছি স্যার একটা জিনিস, এই যে 28 এটাও এখান থেকে পড়ছে না।
আমি জিজ্ঞেস করবো তখন বলবো।
হ্যাঁ স্যার, এই যে 28 সেপ্টেম্বরের যে অর্ডারটা দেখালাম, এটা কম্পাইলেশনের পার্ট। দিস অর্ডার হ্যাজ নট বিন চেঞ্জড।
এটা কম্পালশন আছে তো?
হ্যাঁ, 57 যেটা 28 52
এই অ্যাফিডেভিটটা কবে?
52 নয়ের পরে।
This affidavit is filed on 1st February.
Us to decide in this set.
Two issues your lordship would, according to me, be called upon to decide. First is whether 17 at all will apply. Why I am saying your lordship will be called upon to decide is for the reason that the division bench has given a finding on that, or else, and that finding.
No, that finding is based on establishing fraud.
No, that finding is just on a reading of the rule. I mean, nobody, there is no argument.
One is empowering the commission, the other is telling them to do this.
Both have been done. So single judge has passed two orders directing or prodding the commission to take action under 17(1).
Presuming that there was some fraud committed.
Yes. That is the general. So that is the presumption.
What we were just thinking aloud, just that let there be no more termination. Whatever termination orders have been passed will be stayed. Let the CBI conduct the investigation, maybe, and direct them to complete within 3 months or something. And then let the single bench take a call if the CBI finds that there's some concrete,
Charge CBI's investigation is over. Charge sheets have been filed.
is over.
Is what
No.
I am instructed.
No. According to my instruction,
CBI reputation is problem.
I'm not aware. I'm not aware.
but they are not saying that the investigation is over every time the matter is before the special
So
court.
let the entire investigation
Yes.
be over.
Yes.
And
Malad,
we'll call Mr.
my-
Raju maybe next week or tomorrow.
my point is that the division bench is seized of I had filed a writ. In the writ, I pointed out that what you have recovered from Ghaziabad is not even a copy from the original. We do not even know it is a copy of a copy of a copy and how many
No
stages.
No court will be able to decide that.
Now,
court.
no, so
In the charge sheet filed by the CBI, regular trial takes place.
correct. So
65 we would apply.
So that matter is still pending before the division bench because the division bench had admitted that appeal. Now that is one point which is before your lordships. Why it according to me it can go back to the division bench. The other thing which the division bench says is the court, if a body, now my argument on 17, I'll tell your lordship broadly what it is.
Considering the gravity of entire situation, let the not single bench. Division bench.
Yes.
Yes.
Let the division bench,
Yes.
let there be, your lordship may send it to Honorable the Chief Justice, let him assign a bench
Yes, Lordship.
or bench is there, whatever.
All matters relating to this should be heard by the division bench.
Correct. That is the correct way of going forward. Correct way of going forward.
Take up holiday will be over on 16th.
It's difficult to
Yes, Lordship.
decide.
For the this is like a
On that issue,
like a original court, Lordships will have to hear if this matter has to go on like this.
And without there being any assessor.
Yes.
Absolutely. We have to assist your Lordship ultimately.
There are some
It has to go from one place as your Lordships have been
Right of appeal goes if the matter.
Right of appeal of all the petitioners.
Yes,
everybody goes. We are also okay.
No such
Correct.
pending.
Gravity of the situation.
Somebody is specifying a particular bench.
There is no such appeal pending before any
Yes,
decision.
Lord.
bench.
Lordship can remand all this.
No, man.
Sir,
So it depends
actually,
on the
No, those কথা বলছি।
That is not the issue is not the same.
Madam, may I
Because you are also.
It should go to a division.
Madam, may I make a very humble
Yes,
submission?
We want a particular court which should not be granted.
Yes.
Appointments were wrong.
No, madam, may I make humble submission? These wild allegations.
So it's better that all these issues are decided as early as possible.
In fact, Lordship, when the 32,000 termination happened for primary, another bench of this honorable court presided by Justice Maheshwari and with Justice Viswanathan. On the first day, they had set aside that order and remanded the matter before the honorable division bench to hear it out.
Well said, order.
6 December is.
They are hearing, division bench is hearing there.
No, madam, may I make a humble submission?
Page 52 of the compilation.
Yes.
Mr. Bhattacharya wanted to make a.
So, my lord, so,
Mr.
yeah, your lordship, I hear him, but
Mute Mr. Bhattacharya, my lord.
my submission is, lord,
Let Mr. Bhattacharya say.
yes.
No, madam, this is a clear case of fraud which has been proved. Now, madam, the OMR sheets.
Let the court take that.
Yes.
Call.
I will take 2 minutes. The OMR sheets, Milord, which has been recovered by the CBI, the OMR sheets are the mirrored copy of the original OMR sheets, which is genuinely indicated by the signature of the candidates and their own identification number. So no one else could know the identification number of X and Y and their own signature. These OMR sheets are already, Milord, filed before the court. by of an example as directed by the court. Now, this person having obtained the appointment by fraud, which has been found by the inquiry commission, which was appointed by the division bench, headed by a retired judge of the High Court. That judge found that there has been huge illegalities and scam and directed the criminal investigation should be initiated. That investigation when went on, CBI recovered. Kindly sees the order dated 28th of September 2022. That is a part of the compilation.
Page 118.
Mr.
Kindly sees the order.
Court will have to come to a final conclusion
Will
that
that-
there was
It's.
Will a final conclusion would be
tentative conclusion also, either single bench or division bench will have to record.
When you are digitizing.
The
it,
division bench has
you can
recorded.
change the name, the number.
Division
and
bench
it
has
can
recorded
produce the same OMR
the
sheet
service.
of AOR.
Will
We have
Will
taken
let me finish.
OMR sheets of our AOR.
let me finish. Will the School Service Commission, School Service Commission is
Conclusion arrived at by the
Yes.
High Court.
Yes.
by the School Service Commission itself.
Why are they fighting shy of it?
Everyone will have opportunity to.
I do not fight shy. We are prepared to go everywhere, but not the misleading of the court is unfortunate. School Service Commission has filed an affidavit.
1 minute.
Kindly sees the affidavit by the School Service Commission.
Mr. Bhattacharya, complete. Yes,
The
sir.
School Service Commission has found that there has been huge irregularities and they have cancelled the appointment.
That is neither here nor there.
So they are finding.
Yes, that there.
Of the court.
Court did not pass any order.
Yes.
Court directed the School Service Commission, you take a decision. School Service Commission by filing affidavit said
I must
that
point
there has
out-
been huge distortion and therefore they have taken a decision to cancel the recommendation. That's the affidavit before the court.
No,
No, this is fact. Kindly come to the affidavit by the School Service Commission.
That should not be said on
Make
the
submission, Mr. Bhattacharya.
Because the facts are so jumbled up.
It is.
Kindly
nobody's
come, Lord, takes up the
statement.
page 67.
The order of termination needs to be
Kindly
read.
takes up
The
page
order of
67.
termination Is very
It's
clear.
not
It
by the
says-
court, by the School Service Commission.
Mr. Patwalia.
Now, kindly takes up the affidavit filed by the School Service Commission before the High Court. That is page 67 of the compilation.
Affidavit be
That is not on record.
Yes.
that is-
Yes, on record. These are all on record. These are part of the compilation, is a part of the High Court's record,
Yes.
part of the Supreme Court record.
Yes.
Let us not mislead this. Let the matter go before the division bench without any interim order. I don't mind. The illegal appointees cannot continue even for a single moment.
Yes, commission's affidavit alone is to be believed. There is no point in giving the investigation to CBI.
Correct.
Now that CBI investigation will not, CBI investigation recovered, retrieved the OMRs.
Now that my learned.
CBI investigation retrieved the OMRs and then commission found that yes, there has been huge manipulation in the commission's website. That is their own affidavit. Kindly takes up the affidavit. I'll kindly take for a moment. Now let Lordship kindly takes up the affidavit filed by the commission. One Amalesh Chandra Raut, Assistant Secretary of the Commission.
Page number 67.
Of where?
Of what?
ACHINTA KUMAR MONDAL in first 102, my lord.
I don't know.
Additional document, my lord. A School Service Commission filed this affidavit, my lord.
See, then we'll have to hear out individually.
That
Yes.
is the 10th
Well,
February.
kindly will takes up individually. Mr. Will the other side is trying to jumble it.
10th of February order.
This is a serious allegation.
10th of February morning.
Well, kindly,
Verify everything. Lordship can understand the pressure.
well, this is the affidavit. Will the council cannot change the
No time
affidavit.
even able to go to appeal.
Where is that? Kindly come to the in compliance of the order. I beg to state as follows.
Absolutely.
I-
We are bound.
My lord, 10th February 2023, this affidavit filed.
Well,
by the School
if a
Service
statutory
Commission.
body takes a different stand from High Court to High Court, this is very unfortunate. May I read out the affidavit?
The whole story will come out by one affidavit.
May I read out the
They will
affidavit?
read it because-
Just rely upon one affidavit.
No, that affidavit,
Filed by the School Service Commission.
Kindly seize the affidavit by the School Service Commission before the Supreme Court, before the High Court. They have terminated, not the High Court.
Kindly have the order of termination. I just want to.
Sir, kindly read the order of the division bench, everything would be clear. Kindly read it.
We will read it. Now,
You kindly read it.
1st March 23 is my order of termination.
This is
It is
not
one
following
paragraph.
that order.
It says, in terms of solemn judgment dated 1st March in MAT 85 and MAT 24 by the Honorable Division Bench of the High Court, in continuation of earlier notification dated 23 issued by the West Bengal, the recommendations of 618 candidates are cancelled in exercise of powers exercise under 17. That's all. In terms of the order of the division bench, after this recommendation is
Kindly read the order of the division bench.
Yes, kindly read it.
the division bench order is the one impugned in this proceeding. Division bench says take action under 17.
No.
Just kindly have the division bench order.
Not just this order, my lord.
It's, in my paper book also, it is there also, my lord. Your lordship can have it from this paper book.
This is another order, my lord, the first division bench order, which they are not annexed. My lord. So, my lord, this is a separate.
We can't go on like this way.
Now the
We
division
will
bench
take
order,
each appeal and
yes. Now the division bench order, my lord, in
Kindly
this,
seize the order of the division bench which is under appeal in SLP.
either my friend should come here. I mean,
Mr. Patwali is showing it.
yes. Now kindly have the
Yes.
paper book. my lord.
And they did it.
Oh, yes. Now the relevant part of the order which I want to read, it's part of the compilation. Give the page number.
Yes, page number is starts from page 119. 119.
Page 119.
118.
Just read the relevant. portion.
Yes. Relevant is internal page 15.
Division bench order.
Page 19, your lordship may read that one line. This court, therefore, cannot find any visible infirmity in the reasoning of the single bench to allow the commission.
This is what you want to internal. What do you want to do?
একবার 28 দেখাবে 28 সিবিআই
ডিভিশন বেঞ্চের 18/5/2023 অর্ডার হচ্ছে
18/5/2023
হ্যাঁ দেখতে বলছে স্যারকে
টোটাল সিদ্ধান্ত
Now everything.
Just kindly see page 135.
Yes, 4 reports, my lord.
Are you not agreeable to what we just
No,
thought?
my lord, because my lord, it can be on a very short issue, my lord, the fraud can be immediately, my lord, shown by the CBI.
You can't record any finding of fraud
I'm not saying
here
anything.
without benefit of findings of High Court.
That's what I'm saying.
Now, my lord, going back before the division bench is no problem, but my lord, they should not be allowed to continue by virtue of interim order.
Can we decide all the appeals on merits individually or maybe on broad consensus, we may do this.
Lordship, I
We
have
are
decided
agreeable for
here,
going back to division
Respect
bench
your
if you
lordship.
want.
Then there's one problem.
With no problem, but lordship would not kindly pass any interim order. Because they cannot continue by virtue of an interim order, and thereby we are causing without serious concern to the persons who are eligible and meritorious.
Bhattacharya feels only he is to be heard and order is to be passed. It won't happen here. In the
I'm
single
sorry
bench,
that
it
you
will
have been arguing for more than half an hour.
We have seen.
I
It
spoke
has-
for 3 minutes.
Not countenancing any.
I know, but should not make us again.
Now just kindly at page 135.
To make.
Just kindly at page 135, what the division bench ordered. This court finds that under provisions of Rule 17 of the 16 rule, Commission enjoys a predominant role to ultimately decide on validity of recommendation.
Yeah.
Rule 17 does not provide for any opportunity to be heard. There is no argument on this issue. And the division bench is recording a finding.
And ultimately what?
Yes, and the next part of the order is, the court therefore cannot find any visible infirmity in reasoning of the single bench to allow the commission to take steps by invoking 17. Cannot ventilate a right larger than that. And then they say that, therefore, to the mind of this court, notwithstanding nature of evidence position, the application of Rule 17 should be there. And our application is rejected. This is 1st March. On the very same day, the commission passes an order saying, in terms of this judgment, recommendation is withdrawn. And the next, that's one paragraph order. And the next day, my appointing authority passes an order saying recommendation is withdrawn. In terms of the judgment of the High Court, appointment is cancelled. I'm not even a party. I'm not even a party. And your lordships have made an emphatic judgment in the first round of those primary teachers saying this cannot be done. It is illegal. And again, it is being done. Therefore, my lord, if just by 3 people standing there saying fraud, it cannot get established. If there is fraud, please establish it and throw us out. But we are, and some of us may not be participating. And I wanted to show a flavor of the order. What the single bench's order, I'll tell your lordship. It is 7-8 pages.
Now broadly we have understood.
Yes.
Now the only question is whether with broad consensus should we proceed, doing Mr. Rogi was not there. We were just thinking aloud that let there be no more termination. Let these termination orders which have been passed be stayed. Let Chief Justice be requested to constitute a special bench of 2 judges. Maybe the single bench, whoever is there, could be a party to that. We are not saying anything. Let division bench decide on the basis of the CBI report that may be filed within 3 months or 6 months maximum. And let the High Court take a call whether broadly there was any prima facie fraud committed or not. High Court finds, then only we can proceed further. Here, see, the problem, we don't mind deciding any matter.
Yes.
The only problem is looking to this kiosk, and probably next week will be miscellaneous. One doesn't know.
And there is a chaos.
One doesn't know. Thereafter, there are 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, whatever.
Yes.
Whether we'll be in the same combination or not,
My lord,
one doesn't
my
know.
lord.
Even if I'm not there, somebody else is there, he is also there or not. Once the matter is started, to have grip of the entire situation takes time.
Yes. Correct.
Because
So
this is your case.
Yes. This matter will take a little time.
2 days a week, we
Completely.
need at least 3 weeks.
So it is in the interest of all of you, because you are out of job. According to you, they are illegally appointed.
Correct.
So it's better that the whole issue is decided at the earliest. At the earliest and by the High Court. Let the Supreme Court have some benefit of the findings recorded by the High Court.
I quite see that. I think it's a very, very good suggestion. And
No, but no difficulty to that.
Education jurisdiction is there with a division bench.
No, I am
In the court is
not in
open.
the light of what Justice Trivedi has said. Mr. Burman informed me from Calcutta that there is a bench already hearing one such matter.
Let the Chief Justice.
No problem. We are not here.
May not.
There is a regular bench which is hearing similar matters on 6th of December, but we don't mind, Your Lordship.
We won't take up the task of Chief
No problem.
Justice.
Yes.
Whether to assign of this matter.
Your Lordship may not request the Chief Justice to assign it to a bench as he desires. And my lord, they may be heard.
Of honorable division.
Division bench, and the interim position will continue.
One right
We'll take a
of
call.
one right of appeal will be lost for all the parties.
correct.
That's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay.
2 minds apply
But
that.
as long as you are right here, we
No,
don't
my lord.
be right there.
But the question of matter going back before the division bench is no problem.
Don't mind.
But if your lordship passes the interim order, that would amount that lordship has in fact negated the order passed by division bench earlier. But the position as on the date, position as on the date of the division bench order be continued.
Your Lordship will record
But
Your Lordship will record all the
let us go
information.
as of 1st of March, let that continue, let the division bench head out.
And that also be decided by the bench within 7 days.
No.
So otherwise, my right goes.
Again, there will be same.
That,
issue.
that,
There's illegality to continue, Malcolm.
Not entitled you to have the appointment.
They are all waitlisted candidates after expiry they have come in.
Things are
No.
washed. Fresh recruitment process is.
Yes.
Yes, that we are asking for.
Yes.
That we are asking for, let the fresh recruitment process begin instead of keeping these without illegally appointed persons.
After 5 years.
Division bench found thrice that this is a fraud.
We are not getting appointment, my lord.
And let the division bench decide within a month.
স্যার একবারই দেখান আরে তো শুনতে চাইছি না একবারই বারবার বলছে না ওয়্যার ইজ দ্য ফাইন্ডিং একবার এটা বলছে স্যার একবার কম্পাইলেশন থেকে একটু বলুন যে only one thing একবার একটু বলুন তাহলেই ও কিন্তু দিস ইজ আ সিঙ্গেল বেঞ্চ ফাইন্ডিং
সিঙ্গেল বেঞ্চ ফাইন্ডিং থেকে তো গুরুত্ব দিতে চাইছে
না ওরা বলছে দেয়ার ইজ নো ফাইন্ডিং অফ দ্য কোর্ট ডিভিশন না সিঙ্গেল বেঞ্চ বলেছে স্যার দেয়ার ইজ নো ফাইন্ডিং
So that, maybe tomorrow or next week, we'll keep these matters only for CBI to say.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
they will be able to-
Tomorrow, my lord.
Tomorrow, Raj may not be available.
Yes.
Now let it be next Tuesday, no problem. Next Tuesday.
Wednesday. Wednesday because it's a
No, Wednesday, very well. Let Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Fine.
Your Lordship.
Yes, difficult.
Next Wednesday, Milord, it perhaps it would appear how this has happened.
The difficulty in Calcutta on
CBI
Wednesday. We request
Thursday,
for
I had
Thursday.
some problem. Thursday, I mean,
Let us decide that.
Heard you,
yes.
we just want Mr.
Let it be Wednesday, my lord, your lordship. My friend can join online.
Then if lordship feels that these matters have to be heard individually here, lordship will do that. Subsequent, after hearing CBI, lordship feels. the matter.
But these school service commissions will not stand. It's very, very funny.
Before December, right? It will go-
Your lordship may post it for Wednesday, my lord, at the top of the board for directions, and then, yes.
Like CBI in the meantime.
তাই তো বলেছি CBI report দেবে।
Hard Learned Council appearing for the parties.
We do ask that court concern.
List the matter. Please give the.
In the meantime, CBI.
আরে দাঁড়াও, চটপট করছে কেন?
List on Wednesday. It's the first item on the hearing list. Time. Miscellaneous.
Well, let the CBI file the report.
In the hearing list.
CBI somehow is not appearing, Lord. If there is
One
a
minute.
specific-
Let the advocate on record of the. We would like to hear
Thursday, you
the Learned Council for the CBI
Yes.
on that date. Let a notice be given to the advocate on record of the appellants to the Learned Council for the CBI, informing him of this order.
Copy of this
Well,
order will also go to the.
Now let
standing-
the parties communicate.
Court has already.
We have directed appellants advocate.
Yeah,
No problem. Lord, can we request for Thursday?
Otherwise it will go beyond.
Instead of
that,
Wednesday.
Lord, I was wanting Tuesday afternoon, my lord.
No, I'm not
Wednesday.
here for it. I'm only requesting for Thursday.
It's all right. If he's not here, then Thursday.
Thursday
is all right.
first item.
Thursday is all right. Your lordship has listed for direction, it will come on top of the board only.
Yes.
For direction.
Lord,
They come on top of it.
one very humble request, Lord. There are 4 reports filed by the CBI, my lord. If a mention is made, my lord, that the CBI, my lord, produces those 4 reports, my lord, then my lord.
Yes, yes, yes.
See, whatever has been there
It will
before.
have to be there, not here. Otherwise, you know, everything.
এটা রেকর্ড করি সিবিআই কে
বলেছে তো।
CBI has to do, they will
কাউন্সিলকে
do.
শুনবে রিপোর্টের কথা বলেনি
They come
But they must be having copies of their reports. my
Then the
lord.
CBI reports are already filed before the High Court. High Court order records
Look
that.
at one report, my lord. I'm saying.
Is my
Let it
friend-
be settled by the division bench, at least whichever party loses or wins,
Yes.
some right of appeal will be there.
Yes.
Correct, correct.
We are okay with
We
it.
are very happy.
We are okay. That's okay.
Because it will see a culmination. Otherwise.
Now, that Wednesday, but it is Wednesday or Thursday. Let us.
Creating trouble.
Yes, yes.
But is it Wednesday or Thursday?
Thursday.
Thursday, let the CBI counsel appear and file a report. Let that direction be there.
Not report.
One report.
Need is present.
He will come with the report.
No, he will come with the report.
If he has to file something, it'll again go.
He'll go to it will file now before the bench at Calcutta.
Whatever.
It is not there.
We will apprise him, Lord. When the
Let
lordship
us
pass this order, it will be there.
Let a copy of this order.
Let them come. Let them come. Let us see.
Let a copy go directly to the advocate on record.
Advocate.
I will personally.
That is the order.
Lord, we will tell Mr. Raju.
We will
personally.
personally inform Mr. Raju also. We will tell him. We will tell him.
Yes, okay. So this batch over. Anything else? Yeah. Huh? Yes.
All the matters.
104 is this set.
A series of all these matters. No?
Huh.